Okay, we are here to go through my sales that I had this past week. I'm going to share with you all of my sales from the 5 platforms that I currently sell on. So if that sounds interesting to you, please stick around. If you are new here, thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Heather and I go by The Canary Closet everywhere. All that information is down below if you want to follow me anywhere, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and we can connect over there too. So we're gonna get into it. I'm not gonna waste too much time with the intro here. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Give this video a thumbs up. If you want to support me and my channel, likes, comments, and shares in this video really do help. It helps YouTube know that people want to see this content and they will push it out more. Hopefully I'll get more views and that'll help me out. I again did have a few sales on Depop this week, so I don't know why I'm all of a sudden starting to have a little bit more sales there than normal, but I am liking it. The first thing I sold were these Mate the Label pants. I just picked these up. If you don't remember, they were in my last haul video. If you didn't watch that, I will link it up here. I had a few people message me about these, but they weren't their size. So I was glad that it still sold really quickly on Depop, and they sold for $30. Next was the brand Faherty. How do you say that brand? I feel like people say like it's a bolo, but the things that I've gotten don't have good comps and they don't really sell that good. So maybe it's only certain pieces. This was a women's size small pink organic cotton t-shirt, or like, not t-shirt, like a V-neck casual shirt. And I had this for a little while. Comps weren't that great, so I only listed it for 20 bucks and it sold on an offer of 16. So like I still made money on it, but I'm just like, sometimes I feel like that's not all it's hyped up to be. Next to the Harley Davidson sweatshirt, I listed this and it sold, I think, in under 12 hours. And this sold for $35, which was my full asking price. It was a size extra large, full zip sweatshirt. It said South Dakota on the back, navy blue women's. Next was a vintage sweater, and I do not know how to pronounce this brand, Gaeltarra. It was just like a vintage Irish wool sweater. It was very thick. These always do good for me. I just made an Instagram post about anytime I see like an made in Ireland sweater with wool. I usually look it up and almost always it is worth picking it up, especially this time of year. This one sold for $51, so that was a great sale. Next we have an Eileen Fisher sweater. This also sold very quickly, I think in under a week, maybe just a few days. It was a size medium. It was missing the material tag, so I made sure that I put that in the description and I just kind of described what I thought it felt like based on my experience, and it sold for $32. Okay, next I am gonna go on to Facebook Marketplace. I sold this Catherine shirt super fast. I found a whole bunch of Catherines at a thrift store on Wednesday night, and I picked almost all of it up. For some reason, some of them were priced at $4.98 and some were priced at $6.98, so I did leave the $6.98 ones behind because I know they don't sell for that much, but they usually sell quicker for me in bigger sizes and for around 20 bucks. This one was a 4X beaded multicolor top and it sold for $22.40. I have a bunch of 4X and 5X and then a couple 3X items. So if that's a brand that you like, I am getting a lot listed within the next couple of days. Next were a pair of Cole Haan boots. These were women's size 7 black leather ankle boots. These sold for $24. I sold this Talbot's sweater in a size 1X. It was new with tags technically, but it was like from Marshalls or Ross or TJ Maxx or something like that. But I still called it new with tags. Ryan's loading dishes in the dishwasher, so that's the noise you might be hearing in the background. It was a 1X navy blue cardigan sweater and it sold for $28. Next was a vintage cotton traders sweater. This looked very, very similar to like a Coogee sweater, if that's how you say it. And I picked it up for 10 bucks at a thrift world. It sold super fast in under a day for $52 on Marketplace, so that's great. Next was this Catherine shirt. This was in a size 3X. It was red plaid with little snowflakes on it. It also sold super fast for 20 bucks on Marketplace, so happy with that. And that is it on Facebook, so we'll move on. Ellie just hit the table that this is on. That's why that shook. All kinds of interruptions. Okay, let's go on to Mercari. The first thing I sold are these pair of Stio pants. These were new with tags in a size 10. This is like a outdoor type of brand that has sold well for me. I've only found it twice. One was a sweatshirt, and then I found these pants. They sold for $42. Next was a Torrid sweater in a size 2X, oversized, striped, sold for $27.78. I sold these Keen shoes in a size 9.5. These ones kind of had some wear and I've had them for quite a long time, so they only sold for $23. Next were a pair of Lululemon leggings. These were a size 10 black Wonder Under leggings. They were an older style. They did have some pilling and some wear, but I still sold them pretty quick for $32. I sold these Paul Green sandals. I've had these for a while, but they did sell for a good amount. So Paul Green can be a good shoe brand to be on the lookout for. These were in a size 8. They were like a strappy open toe sandals, and they sold for $51. Next was a New with Tags Soft Surroundings kimono. I just picked this up recently in a thrift haul. You might remember seeing it. It was in a size, I don't remember. Could you be a little bit louder?
So when you want me to do this,
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Keep loading the dishwasher, thanks. It was in a size large, and that sold for $35 super fast. Next was a Columbia girls coat. I got this for 99 cents at a Thrift World because they had it really, really high marked up, and even at half off nobody bought it. So by the time Monday came around, I got it for $1 and it sold for $27. Next were a pair of Lululemon black slide sandals. I got these off of a new rack or a new cart at the Goodwill, and they sold for $31. I sold both of my Patricia Nash purses really quickly, so I mean, if you can find them cheap, I would still get them. This was a brown leather purse. It had like fur, like animal print on the outside, and it sold for $32.50. Next were a pair of Torrid boots in a size 9 wide. Sometimes I try to get Torrid shoes and then they never do very good, so I don't know why I got these. They did sell for $25.50, but they don't really do that well for me. Ellie. Oh, it's Grace. Okay, sorry, that was like a million interruptions. Then Grace came home from her lunch break. Ryan was doing all of the dishes and then talking to me. I'm like, I just had to turn it off for a little bit. Okay, so I think I finished talking about the Torrid boots. I shouldn't have picked them up. Next were a pair of Bowden pajama pants. These were in a size 6. They were white with gold polka dots, and they sold for $18. And that's it on Mercari, so we will move on to Poshmark. Let me know down below how your sales have been this week. I feel like I've been making, I don't know about the number of sales, but I feel like my, how much that I've made has been pretty good. I really should track that better. Sometimes I will just check on my Poshmark or my eBay and just see like compared to the week before, but I don't have it like all written down that I can share with you guys here. This is from November 3rd through the 10th. First thing I sold on Poshmark were these pair of Coquelicot shoes. I think that's how you say it. And I just got an offer for some LuLaRoe jeans. I have them listed for $35 and they offered me $25. So should I take it? Yes or no? Would you guys take $25 out of $35? I've had them listed for like 3 weeks, I think. So not that long. Sometimes I try to just get for like the 20% off at first when I first list them, because that's like what I have my coupon set up for. And on Poshmark I send out, I think on Poshmark I do 15%, maybe I do 20. Anyway, okay, let's go back to the Poshmark sales. Coquelicot shoes, black leather slip-on shoes in a size 9, sold for $27. Next was a bundle that sold for $49.50. It was a pair of Abercrombie and Fitch pants in a women's size large. These were like a vintage Y2K style, low-rise cargo crop. Next were a pair of Birkenstock size 7 sandals. These were really worn out in the suede, but they were only like $5 or $6 at the thrift store. I can't talk. So I still got them. And then a pair of Prana pants in a size 12 yellow corduroy. So 3 items together for $50, not bad. Next was a Garnet Hill size extra large white mock neck tank tunic, and that sold for $18. Next was a packed sweater. This brand does okay for me. I've been trying to try it out, but honestly, the things don't move very fast or sell that much. So I don't know. This was a size small medium. It was a black organic cotton cardigan, and it sold for $23. Next was a Bryn Walker dress. This sold extremely quickly in like a day. I didn't even have time to put it away in my inventory system. It was in a size extra large, black and green floral, and it sold for $42. Next was a fresh produce dress in a size 1X. This was a blue seashell print dress, and it sold for $29 also in about under a week. Next were a pair of Brooks size 9 women's sneakers. These sold for $15. I would suggest with Brooks and like, well, any other like sneaker or like athletic brands to look up the style number, because it's almost always right inside the tongue, because some of them I've had sell for like 50, and then there's ones like this that sell for like 15. So you never know. Next were a pair of Teva sandals. These were in a size 7.5 black leather wedge, and they sold for $21. I sold this J. Crew schoolboy blazer in a size 6. This did not have a tag, with a size or the material, but I knew what it was because I've sold it so many times. And I just estimated the size based on measurements. It did sell for $30 pretty quickly, so I was happy with that. Next were a pair of Athleta size 10 tall, high-rise Brooklyn ankle straight pants. These Brooklyn ankle straight have been selling so good for me. These ones sold for $34. I sold these New With Tags men's Fabletics shorts in a size large. Apparently men's Fabletics does much better than women's, so if you see it, look up comps. It's probably worth picking up. These sold for $30. Next were a pair of Loft shoes. These I got for myself to try on to find a pair of loafers, but again, just like the Sam Edelman ones, they were too tight, and so I couldn't wear them. They were in a size 10 brown faux vegan leather and sold for $21. Next were a pair of Madewell jeans in a size 35. I'm not picking up very much Madewell, but these were a plus size, which typically does better for me. They were the 10-inch high-rise skinny, and they sold for $30. Here's the Patricia Nash other bag that I picked up. This one was a brown floral bucket bag. It sold extremely quickly for $40. Next was a J. Crew blazer. This was in a size 2. It was a black, white, buffalo plaid print, and it was a wool blazer. That sold for $29. I sold these Birkenstock sandals extremely quickly. These were a women's size 7, and they were a blue suede. I found them at the same time as I found those purple ones. So both of the Birkenstocks sold super fast, even though we are getting into the colder months. These ones sold for $60. So I think this color was a little more rare, so that was exciting. Next was a bundle of 3 items, and I'm really thankful for this buyer because actually she bundled 4 items before, but one of the items I didn't have, and so I messaged her about it. She didn't want to replace it with anything, but I went ahead and just canceled the whole sale, relisted the 3 items that she did want, sent her an offer, and she immediately bought it. So that's good because sometimes that does not happen. The 3 items were a Cara shirt. I've never heard of this, K-A-R-A. It was just like a basic white shirt, but the tag looked interesting, so that's what made me look it up. Next was a Ann Taylor size large purple wrap sweater. That was New With Tags. And then a pair of Soft Surroundings large thermal pants. Those sold all together for $77.40. Next were a pair of Blondo boots in a size 10. These were waterproof quilted combat style boots, and they sold for $25. And that is it on Poshmark, so we'll move on to eBay last. Okay, the first thing I sold on eBay is a pair of LuLaRoe jeans. These ones sold extremely quickly. I had them listed for $35. They were in a size 36. They were a high-rise skinny. They did use a 20% off coupon, so that was nice to have that really quick sale. Next was a Soft Surroundings top in a size large. This was a faux wrap top, and like regular wrap tops or dresses or even the faux ones do well for me. So that's why I picked this up even though it was kind of plain, and it did sell for $25. Next were a pair of Echo boots. These were in a size 36. They were brown leather. The leather was peeling a little bit on the inside, and they sold for $19. The Soft Surroundings shirt sold really quickly. It wasn't a size medium. It was pink with like embroidery all over the front, tunic length, and that sold for $20. Here comes Grace. Next was another Catherine's top that sold extremely quickly. This was in a size 4X. It was New With Tags, and it sold for $35 in like an hour. So that's great. Ann Taylor size 18 tall. This was a black and gray wool blend color block jacket, and that sold for $30. Next was another Ann Taylor item. This was a medium sweater. It was red wool blend New With Tags, I think, and it sold for $28. I sold this Eileen Fisher coat in a size 1X. This was a repeat buyer, so eBay tells you if you don't use eBay right down there in the green, which is amazing. So this was a 1X red wool coat. It sold for $90 with the 20% off coupon, so that was an amazing sale. I don't hardly ever find Eileen Fisher coats, but if I do, I pick them up. Next was another Eileen Fisher item. This was a size small gray cotton open knit sweater, sold for my full asking price. Not really, but kind of. I listed it for $35. They used a coupon, so, I mean, not on an offer. Next was another Bryn Walker dress. This was in a size extra, extra small, black and white. They did start off by offering me $20. I had it listed for $40, and I kept countering $31, and they eventually did come up and accept my counteroffer, so I'm glad that I stuck with it to get a few more dollars. So that was great. Next were a pair of Merrill boots. These were in a size 8.5 black leather tall boots. They did have a decent amount of wear on them, but I got them for cheap. They sold for $35 with 20% off coupon. Next, a pair of Spanx size 2X black twill cargo shapewear pants. These were new with tags, so a great find. I think I paid $15 for these. They sold for $85. I think with a 20% off coupon, yes, and promoted listings. Almost every one of my things tells me if it's sold via promoted listings, and I think, okay, no, the Eileen Fisher sweater wasn't. The Ann Taylor color block wasn't. The Catherine shirt wasn't. Okay, I lied. The soft surrounding wasn't. But all the other ones were promoted listings. So right now I feel like it's about half. I think it's worth it. I promote it 10%. Next are a pair of Adriano Goldschmied jeans. These were the blue ex-boyfriend slim jeans in a size 31. They sold for $35 with the coupon. Next was the brand Areta Silent Journey. This was a size medium floral striped boho top. It was missing a button on the top and someone just attached like this little charm for some odd reason. So I did list it lower because of that for $25, but it still sold really fast for $21. Next were a pair of Hoka shoes. These were in a size 10. They were the Bondi 3 running shoes. They did just have like a toggle thing on the top instead of a lace up. They sold pretty quick for $40. Next was the brand Les Copains, maybe? I don't know how to say that. It was a jacket, black and white stripe. This brand is expensive, but it's kind of just very random. I've only sold a couple of things from them, and it sold for $28. Next was an Eileen Fisher jacket in a size medium. This was a black crinkle style wool blend jacket. It sold very fast in a day for $40 with 20% off coupon. I sold these Levi's, a size 32 men's new with tags shorts for $20. Next were a pair of Merrells. These were in a size 8.5 black leather slip-on clogs. These sold fairly quickly for $25. Next was a carbon to cobalt shirt. I like selling this brand. I just don't find it very much. This was a women's size large, and it was a lightweight silk top, and this sold for $25. Next were a pair of Tory Burch black patent leather ballet flats. I got these at a local Salvation Army, which I hardly ever go to anymore because they usually suck. But every once in a while I do pop in there, and I don't think very many other resellers are in there for the stuff that I sell, so it can be worth it, and I sold these for $45. Next were a pair of Bryn Walker pants. These were in a size medium, light pink, linen, loose fit, high rise, sold for $38. Next was a J. Jill shirt in a size 3X. J. Jill, Talbots, they do good for me in the plus size, especially like a 2 or 3X or higher. Like 1X doesn't do as good. This was a Supima cotton turtleneck, and it sold for $24. Next was a Rain Spooner dress. Some stuff from Rain Spooner can be like really big money, so make sure you look everything up. I did find a Rain Spooner like Christmas shirt for my brother to sell, and I think it's gonna sell for over $50, so that's great. This one sold for $22. Here is another Areta Silent Journey top. I found a couple of these recently. This was in a size small, multicolor floral, and that sold for $30. I sold these Madewell jeans in a size 18 tall, 10-inch high-rise skinny, kind of similar to the other ones. These ones sold for $28. Next was another Eileen Fisher cardigan. I've been selling so much Eileen Fisher. This was in a size 1X, green silk, lightweight sheer cardigan, sold for $40. Next was the brand Iron Fist. They kind of do like goth punk type of stuff. This was in a size 8, and it had like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like white with black, almost looked like drawings on it with like an eye inside a rose. I don't know. It was weird, but they sold for my full asking price of $40 with a 20% off coupon. So that's great. And that's it. That is my last sale. I just had a question come through for something on eBay. So we're going to see what it is. It's about some LuLaRoe jeans. I'm trying to accept this offer of $28, but it says it's not available. Why can't I accept the offer? Oh, I countered back to 28 instead of 25. But that's weird. I wonder why she wouldn't be able to accept it. I'll see if I can figure that out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below how your sales have been. I hope that you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back on Sunday for another video.